Hey Cancer, hey, how you feeling? Welcome to the channel. If you're new, Cancer, welcome back. If you are returning, it's always awesome to have you. I love having company. Um, so Cancer, I am Shauna. This is your highest good tarot, and we are some folks here who are evolving and elevating towards our higher selves, towards our highest potential, whichever applies to your spiritual journey, Cancer. And today we are talking about the message your benevolent ancestors has for you before you go any further into this year. If you are watching this in real time, we're in January of 2026. So we're really just starting this Gregorian calendar. And they want you to know this. If this is coming to you and we're not in real time, this is what your benevolent ancestors want you to know. Not now, but right now. So keep in mind that not every message is for you. So take what resonates, leave the rest at the front door. Like you deliver for Amazon. All right. What's the message for Cancer placements for from their benevolent ancestors? Hmm. We have the Four of Cups, Six of Wands, High Priestess. At the bottom of the deck, Cancer, we have the Eight of Swords. There is something that you are refusing to let go, something that you are refusing to see, something that you are refusing to accept. And that is evidenced by the Eight of Swords here, where there's a woman, a person who is somewhat wrapped or you know um, taped up, where they shouldn't be able to get away, but we could see how all she has to do is do a little shimmy and she's out of it, and lift up the blinders, the and she'll be able to see, like, she's not wrapped tightly. Yeah. We say that saying something else, but the situation, and that's exactly what your folks want me to say. It's like, this situation isn't wrapped too tightly, so you can clearly see what's going on, but you refuse to see it. um with the Four of Cups, Six of Swords, and High Priestess, it's like recognizing or acknowledging what's going on, would one confirm what you intuitively know, what you have been intuitively led to believe and know. But it would also mean that you would have to remove yourself in a way from the situation or from that person, and that's what they want anyway. Get out of Dodge. But they also want you to recognize the gift of being able to get out of Dodge or get yourself out of the situation or out the energy of whoever this person is. For some of you, this is really also a confirmation of whatever spiritual gifts you have, like the psychic abilities that you're refusing to acknowledge, the fact that you know things that other people don't know. Off the gate, you already know it. Tell me more about this, please. Tell me more about this for Aquarius. Ooh, Aquarius. It's almost like your folks are cussing, just throwing your cards out all willy nilly. We got the Knight of Swords. Hey, why they cussing at me? I'm just a messenger, you know. We have the Seven of Cups. Hey, what I do? And the Seven of Swords. 77 might be an important number to you. July 7th, maybe an important date. The year 77, it may be the year that you were born. It may be your angel number. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Pentacles. It's almost like you're trying to straddle the fence of whatever is going on here. Trying to have, like BK, Burger King, have it your way in all ways. And it's like, nah, you got to pick a side, boo. Whether you are going to, like we were just talking about, embrace this spiritual gift, this psychic ability, and, you know, rock with it, or you gonna stay blind to the bullshit, but don't complain about it. Don't feel sad about it. Don't feel, you know, guilty about it. Are you gonna free yourself? It's like, yeah, you're doing this balancing act, and I'm sure it can be exhausting. I'm sure it can be exhausting. Let's see. Let's get a little more what's going on. It's like, mm, assuming the worst is what I hear when it comes to the intuitive nature or in intuitive gifts. Assuming the worst will happen should you embrace the that path, embrace the gifts. And that's an assumption. That's not what it is. It's assuming that, you know, there are only going to be people who want something from you, or there are only going to be certain spirits who come towards you. You're only going to be spiritually attacked. You're going to be deceived on every angle. And that's not the case. You know, with anything, there is a learning curve. And your benevolent ancestors can teach you how to hone in on those gifts where you are turning it on. You can turn it on and turn it off. You can tap in and tap out. And not only that, but teach you how to protect yourself spiritually from those who try to use and abuse you on the 3D and the 5D. There's more one that I don't I don't like saying the skin a cat thing anymore. But there's more than one way to bake a cake. There's different types of cake. Like, what type of cake we talking about? You know? So don't just think that, uh don't just assume that things happen one way, because the Knight of Swords is somebody who assumes. They're really quick to jump to conclusions, with to quick to jump into action and then think about shit later. Now, for the others of you, the other messages, again, this is about, you know, straddling the fence and all, but This is also about dealing with a person who is slick, like not that slick because they present as a knight, but slick enough to the point where they always have an answer. Um, they always have an answer. Seven of Cups to uh, get you to really just shut the fuck up. They get you satisfied and appeased when they're really being deceitful. They're really just gaslighting you. And for some of you, you are that person to yourself, not where you are slick to yourself, but you are deluding yourself into thinking that the situation isn't what it is. Remember, Eight of Swords. You're thinking you're playing yourself into believing that things aren't as bad as they are, or you convince yourself that somebody, whatever the situation is, you're convincing yourself that that person may have just forgotten, or they aren't really doing this to you, not to take it personally, like you're not being targeted, when actually you are the target. The focus is about you. Yeah, let's get some advice. Let's get some advice. Like, don't try not to delude yourself. If something doesn't feel right, Cancer, go with it. If it doesn't make sense, then chances are that shit ain't right. Like, it ain't right. Advice for Cancer. Cancer, go ahead and like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And if you would like a personal reading, there are multiple options. Send me an email and I'll send you an email about what the options are, including getting a personal reading during the lives on Tuesdays, where they are anonymous, where we identify you with a number as opposed to your name or your handle. So, advice, we have the Queen of Cups here, and we have Death. Yeah. Okay. King of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Be confident. Confident in your intuition, confident in the feelings that deepness, unsettling that you have, and realize that that is not anxiety. Something isn't on the up and up. It's cool to have compassion for yourself and others, but it's not cool to delude yourself into um, giving people um, giving people a full on pass to take advantage of you. It's not cool to be a doormat. It's not cool to stay in a situation where you are um, in one in a position that puts you in a cycle of hurt emotionally, puts you in a cycle of damage mentally. And your benevolent ancestors are saying it's this has to this has to stop. You have to let go of Like if this is a person, like you're presented as the Queen of Cups, you have to let go of this situation. You gotta release whatever idea you have in your mind that makes you think that things are going to end up a certain way. It's going to end up um, a happy ending with a unicorn. You know, it's not. It's not that. Your intuition is strong, and you have to be in a space to change your mind about what your perception is. Because perception is reality. And right now, the perception, there's like way too many options to perceive. You know, it's and your folks are trying to show you what's really going on. But you got to take those bandages off. You got to get yourself out of the Lulu land, for lack of a better term, and save yourself regardless of what the situation is. Embrace your spiritual gifts because they will end up saving you energy, time, end up saving you from so many situations because you're actually listening and you're seeing beyond what is going on in your face. A lot of people can't do that. Most people can't do that. It's about seeing the bigger picture and seeing where you fall in the bigger picture. They want you to look at the bigger picture and really focus and hone in on how this situation, whichever one applies to you, should you continue down the road that you're on, how it turns out for you, not this other person, not for anybody else involved, just for you. How will it turn out for you? And right now, you have a choice. That Two of Pentacles presented for a reason. You have a choice. You have a choice because there's going to be a time, if you decide not to make a choice, where the choice is going to be made for you. And that's not me trying to scare you or anything, Cancer. That is um, really how life works. It's happened to me multiple times, even with jobs. When you stay in a job too long, and you end up being fired on some bullshit, it was just confirmation that you should have left a long time ago when you saw the opportunities, you saw the red flags. It's like that. All right. Final message for Cancer. Ooh. The divine wants you to think bigger for yourself because one, they don't have a budget. They want more for you than you want for yourself, Cancer. So think bigger. Your benevolent ancestors, they don't have a budget. You might be living on one right now, but they don't want you to. They don't want to. They don't want you to. What else for Cancer? Ooh, ooh. Oh, yeah. They're with you. They are with you always. Always, always, always. So this is really a heads up for many of you. This is really a heads up. You know? Is that it? That's all. You said all you know. It's time to go. Thank you for trusting me with your energy, Cancer. Bye.